Hey everybody, what's up? How you guys doing? Guys having a good hump day today? Dragging my dragging some my tabs over. Oh my gosh. And of course, there it is. Do that. But yeah, I figured we'd take a look into the old pop culture world, see what's up, check it out, see how we're doing. One of the things that caught my eye is Suikoden 1 and 2 to HD remastered apparently gets delayed. And why? I don't know why some reason my webcam seems darker than normal, but whatever. All right, let's pull this sucker up, see what we got. All right, so this article comes from Niche Gamer. Pull that open a little bit more. Looks good. Yeah, that looks hot as shit. Oh, anyway. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Rumble's live. For a minute there, I thought Rumble was off. Alrighty, so Suikoden 1 and 2. I remember a friend back in the day, back in high school, recommending this game. And I guess Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remastered gets delayed beyond 2023. Hey, Loki, what's up? So Konami has announced a delay for the Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster collection beyond its planned release this year. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster, Gate Ruin, and Dunan Unification Wars will forego its previously planned launch this year for an unannounced date slash window. Oh, that's always good to hear. That is always fantastic to hear. So when the Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster Collection does release, it'll be available for Windows PC via Steam, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PlayStation 4. So here's the full message from Konami. I've got another tab open that might actually have the tweet because I think this is from Twitter, but I think it was in possibly in Japanese. And alas, I'm still a beginner in Japanese. So here's the full message from Konami. Notice regarding release schedule for Suikoden 1 and 2. We would like to thank Suikoden fans everywhere for your ongoing passion and support for the Suikoden series. Regarding the planned release, of Suikoden 1 and 2, we have reached the conclusion that despite the very best efforts of our dedicated development staff to release the remasters in 2023, additional time is needed to ensure the quality, performance, and gameplay experience our users deserve. The entire Suikoden team is renewing our effort to bring Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster to release as soon as it is possible. As soon as is possible. As soon as it is possible. They forgot to throw in an it there. We will share further release. We will share further release information. They might actually be translating the tweet here because this one for sure doesn't make sense. As soon as it becomes available on our official social media accounts and official homepage. We appreciate you understanding and sincerely hope you will continue to lend Suikoden your support. Thank you, the team. And that's all Niche Gamer had to say about that. And I pulled up another one another article just to see if there's any more additional information about it. So this is from Video Game Chronicles. So, well, now this one's saying it's delayed until 2024. When was this? This was today, 9:07 a.m. at least for Video Game Chronicles. So the upcoming remaster has been delayed according to that. Okay, so when it was revealed in September 2022 that it was working on Suikoden 1 and 2, Konami said the remaster would come to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC in 2023. I haven't looked too deep into the process of making a video game, mostly because the way it goes nowadays, I think it's a lot of it's just bullshit. But I'm curious to know what why they were confident enough to state that it'd be released in 2023. However, a new tweet from the official Suikoden on Twitter. Okay, so it was. I thought it was from Twitter. Account says the games will no longer be ready by the end of this year. We would like to thank Suikoden's fans everywhere for your ongoing passion and support for the Suikoden series. The message reads. So I've kind of already read this. Okay, so it needs additional time is needed to ensure the quality of performance and gameplay experience our user deserves. I have something to comment on that once we kind of get down to this article. The entire Suikoden team is renewing our efforts to bring 1 and 2 to the release as soon as possible. Oh, here it is right here. Well, it is in English. Okay, so Niche Gamer, I think, just had a typo. We will share further release information as soon as it becomes available. Okay, so that time that seems like it was worded that at least the wording made sense to me now. Can't remember. I already don't remember how Niche Gamer worded it, but it was throwing me off at least. Although I'm retarded. On our official social media accounts and official homepage. Okay, we've already read that. There you go. So the remasters were announced during the Tokyo Game Show of 2022. The remasters of each game, both of which have been cult classics since their release in the 90s, will feature graphical, mechanical, and quality of life improvements. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What does that mean? Quality of life improvements, including a dialogue log, auto battle, and double speed battles. I mean, these are fine. Well, I'm already sus about this, but what exactly do they mean by quality of life improvements? There's nothing really to improve from the story. Just all you really need to do in a remaster is this. Stop right there and then bundle the mechanics with this. And and there you go. That's all people are wanting. I immediately have red flags with this comment about quality of life. Suikoden series began in 1995 in Japan on the PlayStation. It would later release in North America in 96, and then Europe in 97, and then a Sega Saturn released was in 98. So that was, I'm assuming, well, they say the series, but I'm assuming that's Suikoden 1. What's up, Jordan? Suikoden 2 followed in Japan in 1998, North America 99, and then the PAL regions in 2000. The third game in the series was released both in Japan and North America 2002 and wouldn't see a PAL release until 2015. Dang. When it was made available on the PlayStation Network. I always like to see what people comment on. I'm just hoping that with this release, the IP will get more recognition and will hopefully lead to a seventh installment of the series. So, for anybody who wants to play the Suikoden 1 and 2 games and wants a more graphically enhanced version of it. And this is again something that I will promote, because if you already have the game, who cares? Like, just play, like, emulate it and push it beyond the capacity that it was limited to with the hardware. Like, this is I'm all for remasters, like, but if we're talking like Shadow of the Colossus type remaster, which to me is the perfect example of what a remastered game should be, that's all fine and dandy. But a lot of remasters that they're saying are also being fisted with a bunch of woke bullshit inside of it as well. And that's how they can weasel in like stuff that no one asked for, sort of thing. When in fact you can just emulate it and kind of bypass this having to wait because they didn't make the due date, like the release date. I'm on romhacking.net right now because I am more than positive there are Suikoden like patches already made. So I'm looking this up right now. In fact, I'm sure. Why not? We'll even pull it up right here. Suikoden. All right, so they have some hacks here. So you have your Suikoden 1 editor, got your translation, so in case anybody needs any translations, then a Suikoden 1 bug fix patch. There you go. And then an improvement one, Suikoden classic controls. What does this do? A patch that restores the original Japanese button layout along with few small tweaks. See, look at that. Skip intro movies and start the game with the O button. Open the menu with either. So look at that little stuff there and little stuff there. And then who knows? There might be other ones online as well, to where I know like some patches will straight up overhaul like the graphics and stuff too. But like with Suikoden, like some people make the argument that some of the charm of the game is the graphics. Like, you don't need to remake the whole thing. This right here looks like you have some glitch fixed here, some bug fix patches. See, people go out of their way to understand where it's like, yeah, this stuff should have been caught and should have been fixed, and then they'll take it upon themselves to do it. But like I said, like the big red flag that I saw right away is the statement of the quality of life improvement. Like, what exactly does that mean? Like, when it comes to gaming, here, maybe there's an actual definition. Let's find out. Of course, you just type in quality of life, and then you get here we go. Quality of life improvements in video games refer to making gameplay smoother and less frustrating for players without altering the core gameplay. Depends on many factors. Okay. So that's what that means. Oof, altering the core gameplay. All the more reason to just emulate it, because some people will like patch stuff to fix that. All right, so that's what that means. Okay. I was worried they were going to like change translation stuff and like change certain stuff because it's not updated for modern audiences, which we all know that death stamp whenever we see that show up in any remasters or anything like that. Suikoden is an RPG I was told to check out, so I definitely do want to at some point check out this game whenever we can. Let's see. Wonder if there's anything else that we can find. maybe we haven't covered already? Pretty much looks like the same thing. So that was something that, in case people were curious about, that's what was going on with Suikoden 1 and 2. Again, I mean, if you guys are looking to play the game, I mean, just emulate it. And who knows, it might even be digitally like available online too as well. So I think I actually do have all the Suikoden games. Like I downloaded them a while back. What's up, Cast Smash? What news did you cover? Oh, I just went over here that Suikoden 1 and 2 remasters are being delayed. Uh, they failed. They believe they're going to fail in meeting their declared deadline of 2023. So it's either being pushed back to 2024 or even more so. And then I was curious of what they were remastering. According to this, they're making it graphically better, mechanically better, quality of life improvements, which means it runs better, I guess, and then include a dialogue, log, auto battle, and double speed battles. To which I was talking about, like a lot of this stuff you could just honestly emulate too. And like I said, there might be other translation patches or improvement patches out there for these type of games, so you don't necessarily have to wait. Did I see the trailer for Shield Hero Season 3? I did not. We could bring that up. I did not. Did I keep up with Season 2? I don't even think I saw Season 2 because people were saying it didn't live up to Season 1. I mean, we could watch it. It's on Niche Gamer. Yeah, that's what I read this first Suikoden article from Niche Gamer. I mean, I guess we could just go to Niche Gamer. Boom. One Piece animated nude filter has Nami swimming in her birthday suit. Well, now I'm interested because I'm a man and I like boobs. One Piece animated nude. Okay, so gorgeous main girl Nami of piracy anime One Piece, and we'll talk about like the Netflix live action one as well, has been stripped of her swimsuit courtesy of a highly talented artist. The new filter was focused on scenes from the Glorious Island movie, all of which have now been made infinitely better as a result. So you just made it not safe for work. Season 2 was lackluster. Makes you want to be a pirate, does it? I mean, if it like showcases, if the art and like pirate people actually don't give a shit about how they look, then yeah. Meaning show some like, feminine features. It's not making everybody look like crap. And One Piece obviously does not do that, so that's good. Let's see. The animated nude filter takes a scene from the One Piece film and alters the artwork to make Nami appear nude, with the surrounding males naturally being left speechless. The animated nude filter can be found online, and there is a link, but I'm not clicking it, along with a version without pubic hair. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. So we're not clicking those just because that's not what I meant. Well, what did you mean? We're talking about hot women, and that's immediately what I think of. Like, if there's hot female pirates out there, then yeah. The artist, this guy, who is well known for producing animated nude filters, tends to nudify the scene after this one where Nami jumps on Brooke sometime in the future. I meant because she's a pirate. I mean, I guess. If pirates are as hot as her, I wouldn't mind being a pirate, but I mean, we all have wishful thinking. Well, there you go. If anybody want to perp out there's a One Piece thing for you. Hmm. Let's see. Oh, the degeneracy. Atlas Fallen review. I had that pulled up because that looked kind of interesting to me, but I'm not exactly sure what type of game that is. Remember, people are talking about, I've seen people talking about Starfield. Specifically with this, like, I guess there was a thing on Twitter where, like, someone was like, "Oh, it's showcases that the space isn't real because they're doing all this crap in the game." It was something a little retarded. Like, I don't think like I'm super sus of what supposedly NASA shows us, but you have these idiots on both sides. Oh, here you go. Here's the Rising of the Shield Hero season 3. I don't care for Starfield. Some people in my very unused Discord asked me if I would be playing it. I said I'd check it out. All right. Rising of the Shield Hero season 3. So a new trailer just dropped. Unfortunately, no subs. Oh. The third season of the popular series continues on from the lengthy Spirit Turtle saga, which I have no clue about, and brings the anime close to catching up with the manga. Oh, there's an extra. I should have figured there was a manga going on, so we can check out the latest Hero Rising of the Shield Hero trailer here. Raptalia. I liked Raptalia. Season 2. I figured it was. Turn down the audio.
槍の元康、剣の蓮、弓の五木、互いの強化方法を信用し合い、より強くなる必要があるんだが。行方不明。三勇者様は岩谷様が異世界へと渡られた。
Is she still referred to what is it, bitch or trash or garbage or something? That one girl.
法戦に向けて戦闘要員の準備を本格的に進めないと。
Yeah, unfortunately for me, like if there's any new stuff, I'm out of the loop. Of course, every time I want to do a new show, fucking neck muscles hurt. I hate it. Ooh, we got Puppet Masters. Oh gosh, I already got it. Heads up, we've detected video in your stream might belong to someone else. Might want to see season 2 just for some context. It's not great, but it has some nice moments. I literally got a notice. Oh my gosh, YouTube like literally popped up a notice telling me that I'm like, "Oh, you're playing." Dude, YouTube. We're fucking commentating on it. Like, fuck off. Here, I'm just wanting to see what it is. It says we're still fine right now. Maybe it's because we got through real quick. Dude, you can't. What's the point? You literally can't watch anything. You have to have the audio completely turned off. Looks interesting. This is probably a summary of the season 2, which I'll bypass reading because if I watch it, I don't want to spoil anything. I mean, it could have just been a warning or something. I mean, it was just a warning. I'm looking right now. I haven't gotten any like emails saying your video has been like flagged for copyright, like a copyright claim. I think we're good. Don't worry about it. I just I just saw like a notice popped up and just assumed that YouTube was what is it? YouTube was saying that your bit rates were low or something. And it's like, dude, getting tired of that too, because I don't know what you want me to do. Well, I know what they want me to do. They want me to be exclusive on YouTube, but YouTube is a censoring pile of hot garbage. So we have that. That was pretty cool. Uh so this also caught my eye too, and that Sony is raising the PlayStation Plus prices up to like 35% in the US. That's garbage. And then they expect you to go ahead and then buy your Game Pass for who knows how much. So this comes from Video Game Chronicles. Sony is raising PlayStation Plus prices by up to 35%. So the 12-month subscription plans for all three tiers will rise in September. So from September 6th, so that's like coming up hot, like within the next week. The price of 12-month subscriptions for the services Essential, Extra, and Premium plans will raise by at least 33% for each tier in the US, by at least 20% in Europe, and by at least 19% in the UK. Wait, why does the US get a 33% increase? The fuck is that? Sony, are you really that hurting for money or do you just want to be a god, says Chaos Mesh? They probably both. The love of money is the root of all evil, says the Bible. Actually, the love of money is definitely something that's really bad. Technically, pride is the root because that's what caused Satan to fall, or Lucifer, if you want to call him that. Although even that's an agnostic name for him. I have to look into that because I think because in scripture wise, anytime an angel is referred that's not fallen, their last name begins with L, Gabriel, Michael, Azrael, or Azazrael by the book of Enoch. And I believe Lucifer, he was known as the son of the morning, which I think actually would be Hal-El or Ha-El. I think might have been his like actual Hebrew name. I have to look that up. Gary mentioned that. I thought that was cool. Don't 100% quote me on that. I know he mentioned it, but I can't remember the name at the moment. Anyway, currently PlayStation Plus Essential cost $59.99. Should just stay that way for a year. Extra is priced at $99.99. Should also stay. And then $19.99. I just get the Essential. My cousin said she'd never get into politics because she's too greedy. Plus, she wants to save up for a family. Yeah, that's the right thing to do. And then they get ass mad when they pass their money down to their grandchildren, and then they get butthurt and say, "Well, you don't earn it and stuff." Well, tough luck. You're not part of the family. But if your family gave you a shit ton of money, you wouldn't complain about it. Anyway, 12-month subscription will remain at a discounted rate when compared to purchasing the 1 month or 3 month subscription over a 12-month period, Sony said on Wednesday. Oh, dude, I get so tired of this. Like, it's cheaper if you drop all this money at once. It's like, well, some people can't do that, ass munch. Why should the people who pay month by month be punished? Well, I know why. It's because they want you to drop all that money now and because they want it now. So a 1 month PlayStation Plus subscription costs $9.99. That's for essential, and then $14.99. Well, with tax. So let's be honest here. You're paying like probably 11 something for the basic. It's like $2 extra or something like that. What was the point of PlayStation Plus when it was a thing for PS3? Dude, I couldn't tell you. Like I haven't kept up with this. But I can tell you back in the day, I remember back in the day when PlayStation Network was free. Oh, you had a bunch of scumbags on there, obviously, because it was free. But it was free nonetheless. What was I doing? Oh yeah, that's right. So if they're saying they're increasing this by 30%, so 9.99 times 30%. Or I guess it would be plus 30%. Let's see. So comes out roughly 12.98. So we're rounded up to 13. All right, so now for your basic, your 9.99 a month is going to be bumped up to 13 a month. Then if you go through like pay or no, I think it doesn't even matter. You'll get charged tax with it regardless of who you go through. So that's another $2. So the basic package is now going to be like 15 a month if you go by the month by month. So for current 12-month subscribers, the price increase will not take effect until their next renewal date that occurs on or after November 6th. However, any membership changes made on or after September 6th, such as upgrades, downgrades. Oh, something tells me there's going to be a bunch of downgrades happening. Or buying additional time will update their plan to reflect the new prices. Oh, here we go. Let's see what the director has to say about this. According to Sony Interactive Entertainment's director of content acquisition and operations, Adam Mitchell, the price increases will enable us to continue bringing high quality games and value added benefits to your PlayStation Plus subscription service. Bullshit. Bullshit that you do. You censor everything, you change the dialogue, you're thinking people are wanting games remastered and upgraded to modern audiences. Fuck off. However, there was no word on any additional value it would be offering subscribers. Of course, there's going to be no additional value to subscribers because they don't care about that. It was free and then they became Jews. Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Michael Scott. Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way. I hate so much about the things that you choose to be. uh, and it sucks too because I like Sony in the past. I have a bunch of Sony stuff, more so than Nintendo and Uh, well, Xbox might have been up there just because all my friends played Xbox and like two people were kept up with Sony. So I was like, whatever. All the more reason to save up and try and just get a baller computer and then just emulate everything. Sony has also announced September PlayStation Plus essential games. They are Saints Row, who cares? Black Desert, okay, and Generation Zero. See, games I don't give a shit about. Should use that clip for your streams. I have to remember to edit that if I would want to have it. Oh, I forgot to upload it. I had another video I uploaded that I did not upload at least to the stream.
No fudge. Does anyone want some? Got nuts in it.
So Microsoft increased. I'll constantly re- remind you in case you forget. Oh boy, my favorite. Microsoft increased the Xbox Game Pass prices in July. Well, you guys are getting rid of gold. Like everyone's sucking, so it's like pick which poison is the kills you the slowest. I guess is what the video game industry is trying to tell you. I choose to take that antidote. The monthly price of a Game Pass. Oh, Meatwad, you poor lovable bastard. I love me my Aquatine. The monthly price of the Game Pass console subscription rose from $9.99 to $10.99, while the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate price increased from $14.99 per month to $16.99. And then the PC Game Pass price didn't change, remaining at that solid $9.99. Well, there you go. Kind of gay. I don't know if there's any other here. I wonder if Niche Gamer has anything about the PlayStation. See, Niche Gamer's search function is sucking. Search, you asshole. There you go. Yeah, I don't know. Nope. Doesn't really have anything. I was a Sony pony from the PlayStation Smash clone. Now I just despise them, especially since they ruined Gravity Rush 3. Wait, the Gravity Rush 3 come out recently? I know I played 1 and 2. Gravity Rush 3. Or is that the remastered? Wait, in Japan it's known as Gravity Days. Oh, they ruined the possibility of a third game. Oh, I get you. I get you. All right, let's check out this One Piece live action One Piece stuff cuz I'll tell you this right now. Like, I don't really have faith in the live action One Piece. I'm not going to watch it. Mostly because I cannot stand the main character. Like I can't stand his accent. Like they went for diversity and like have all these ethnicities coming together, which you can make the argument they're pirates. So of course there's going to be like a different, different people of all shapes and colors and sizes all banding together and whatnot. But one thing that you'll hear about this in the voiceover community, unless the script specifically calls for it, when when you audition for a voice, that's why everyone wants to have a neutral voice, meaning no accent. Why is that? Is because people won't get distracted by it. And then it makes it more realistic that you're in that universe and whatnot. Now, some people, like in some shows, for example, the story has, at least over in Japan, has the character has an accent to when it's like, okay, so what's kind of like the US equivalent of that? That's understandable. I'll tell you this right now. I cannot get the main actor who plays um Luffy. I cannot get past that accent because it's distracting. So Netflix's live action One Piece showrunner says he wanted to adapt Oda's manga because it tells a simple and yet so profound story about a boy who's following his dreams. You're not trustworthy of this live action. I'm not either. Luffy's skin is lighter than his shit color. than his I looked up to it and I thought Oda declared that he was like from what, a Brazilian descendant or something like that. I don't know. But who knows? Who knows when he declared this just because of people were making fusses about it. In stark contrast to the usual cynicism, fan disdain, and self aggrandizing, self aggrad. Oh my gosh, why am I having trouble aggrandizing that has fueled nearly every live action Hollywood anime adaptation? Damn it, bounding into comics. I mean, that's great that you're introducing a new word that I'm stumbling on, but man, well, there's your problem right there. That thing right there. See, this is the problem. It's Hollywood. It's simple. You tell Hollywood to stay the fuck away from it, and then get someone who actually does care, that knows connections, that have enough support to fund it, but not be a part of Hollywood. And there you go, problem solved. In recent years, Netflix One Piece showrunner Steven Media has revealed that the simple and elemental nature of Luffy's journey was what inspired him to take a live action crack at Aiichiro Oda's seminal work. I'm going to look up this guy real quick because I want to know exactly what he's done. All right, he was a television producer and screenwriter. He's written episodes for Harsh Realm, The X-Files, CSI Miami, Lost, and Daybreak. Also served as supervising producer on Lost and CSI Miami, and he was the executive producer to Lie to Me. Bounding into comics, bad grammar has made it hard for you to read their articles. I mean, my vocabulary, I can't even talk. My vocabulary, I mean, is by all means not vast. But oh my gosh, like some of the stuff, it's like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't get it. All right. I mean, there's really nothing like the person who wrote and is producing this. There's nothing they've really done. They're just writers and executive producers. I mean, you could say the X-Files, but how much did he have a hand in this? Because he didn't create it. See, this is what bothers me is that they'll try to like prop these people up like, oh, they worked on X-Files and CSI Miami and all this stuff. It's like, okay, yeah, but were they like a main person that was a part of it from beginning to end sort of thing? Or did they just happen to do a couple episodes here and there? For how they were offered that opportunity, who knows? This guy sounds like a random dude they picked off the literal street. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is what I don't get. Like, if it's one thing if it's like, oh, it's the person who made this series and he was like like he had a hand in it from beginning to end, sort of thing. You know, like Larry David and Seinfeld. Like Larry David quit after the 8th season, and and then Jerry and then the other writers continued season 9 and then ended it. But it was still Larry David. It's not like Larry David was like wrote and directed like a couple of the episodes here and there, and then it's like he's best known for Seinfeld. It's like, no, like this is what I get from this guy. It's like he's worked on a couple stuff, but if you had him in a lineup of all like awesome talent writers and all that stuff, would he be picked out? Probably not. Anyway, So Steven, whose previous credits include stints as a writer for Lost. Exactly what I just talked about right here. Right there. Stints includes stints as a writer for Lost second season. Okay, so he just wrote for Lost second season. Was that the best season? I don't know. I didn't watch Lost. And the showrunner for the sci-fi series. Well, okay, come on. Sci-fi, like, I'm sorry, but what what is it? Doctor Who isn't Doctor Who the only really big thing from sci-fi? Other than that, it's like who gives a shit? Series Helix, apparently. Apparently, he was the showrunner for Helix. Spoke to his love of the One Piece manga's optimistic story while giving a since deleted or hidden interview to Screen Rant ahead of the Netflix adaptation upcoming premiere. Huh, I wonder why he deleted it or it was hidden. Maybe because it had a hard backlash to it. Like, I don't know. Asked by an uncredited Screen Rant reporter to recall his quote first meeting with One Piece, showrunner asserted, "My first meeting, I was approached by production studio Tomorrow Studios because they had acquired the rights to the story and the underlying IP, and they were looking for someone to write a pilot script for them to do and rewrite to do a rewrite to run the show. And so I had a meeting with them and it hit it off and loved the material," he explained. And that was the beginning. That was a little over 4 years ago. That was the first time I was involved. Okay. The way they just quoted this right here is that he wasn't a fan to begin with. And then they gave him like some of the material and then he read through it and then was like, "Oh, I think this is cool." That doesn't mean he was a fan to begin with. He compared Luffy to Kamala Harris. That was the tweet. Please tell me you're fucking joking because that's fucking retarded. And who's Tomorrow Studios? And he claims they were approached by him. Who's Tomorrow Studios? Tomorrow Studios, an ITV sponsorship. Okay, I'm not even finding like okay, Wikipedia is bad, but I'm not even finding a Wikipedia thing about this studio. Wait, they're the one. Wait, Tomorrow Studio sets first look deal with Cowboy Bebop producers. What? Anyway, I wish I wasn't, but it's true. That's fucking gay. I was a fan before. Really? Because the quote you just made up above made it seem like you had no clue what it was until you read a little bit of the script that they presented to you. I had read a couple chapters earlier. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. A couple chapters can mean so many things. So many things. Like what? You read chapters 1 and 2? That's a couple. That's what a couple stands for. But I really didn't understand the true breadth and scope. There it is. And so I very quickly got up to speed with the first 100 chapters. Dude, don't say you're a fan and then in the same breath said you don't understand the breadth and scope of the world. And because of that, you had to speed up to the first 100 chapters. What? Dude, what is he talking about? Dude, red flags for me right here. Well, first up here, when some rando studio was like, we pick you. And you're like, me? Oh, what did I do? I don't deserve this. Oh my gosh. And then don't say I don't say I'm a fan and then declare that you had to catch up on the next 100 chapters. Not a good take. Not a good take. Like if it was me, I'd be like, to be honest, I've heard of it, not familiar with it. That's all you had to do. And then say, based on what I was given, I decided to look in further to see if this is something I want to pursue. And then boom, before I knew it, I was up to chapter 1089. You want to know what I wouldn't say? I wouldn't say, oh yeah, I was a fan before, because that's a fucking lie. Where you... And then I was so taken. Oh, there you go, folks. Aren't you glad that there's a quote showrunner who, after catching up on the first 100 chapters, was taken by the story. That's awesome. And then was so taken, I just said, if there's a way to be a part of this, I've got to do it. I've got to do it. I hold my breath on this statement right here. I'm wondering if you caught up on the first 100 chapters, saw how popular it was, and then went cha-ching, your eyes suddenly reptilian blinked money signs. He's lied all his life that he can't stop himself from lying. And then I kept reading. It's like, now I'm caught up. I think chapter 1089. You think if you were a true fan, you would know exactly what chapter you were on, you lying shit. Although I shouldn't say that. That's just me being facetious. Because I couldn't tell you, like, I'm up to date on Berserk, and I can't remember what chapter Berserk is. I think like 900 and something, I think. Berserk is like, I want to say 930-ish or something, 32. Here, let me find out right now. Oh, not even fucking close. I was way off. Not 900. 373. But there you go. See, that's why I wouldn't lie, because I'd be like, yeah, I'm kind of on the loop. But again, I'm being facetious. So who am I to talk, right? Taking note of the fervor with which media consumed Oda's manga. Taking note of the fervor, the Screen Rant contributor then inquired with the showrunner as to what it was that drew you to the story, and whether or not there was something about it that particularly resonated with you. The why are you running guy? Why are you lying? Why are you lying? To which his guest replied. To which his guest just say to which Stephen replied, I thought it was a wonderful combination. A very unique world, which you don't see that often nowadays in big fantasies, intellectual property, and comics and manga. What kind of an answer is this? I'm sorry. What is he talking about? I thought it was a wonderful combination. What combination? A combination of a very unique world, and how you don't see that in today nowadays in big fantasies, intellectual property, and comics and manga. It's probably you saying like, holy shit, this guy actually cares about the craft that he makes, and he's not like us Hollywood people who are just trying to make a quick fucking buck. Is that what is that what resonated with you? That maybe Hollywood doesn't give a shit about the stuff that it shits out on the front doorstep? I wonder what his thoughts are when Oda declared that that one person was indeed a girl and not a transgender, and then everyone got ass mad. They are there, but they're hard to come by, especially the really good ones. Maida then clarified. Oh man, I bet you that screenwriter was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? There's plenty of examples. Oh, they're there, but they're really hard to come by." I'm begging you, Greg, just put me down. Nay, I shan't. I would never ever kill anyone unless they piss me off. That was from a South Park intro video. Just put me down like a sick dog. I'm right now. I'm a tad salty pup. because this is so stupid, but I'm not a big One Piece fan. So I just see the BS. And so I was really taken with Oda-san's world. And then the storytelling was so kind of simple and elemental about a boy who's following his dream and who inspires other people to follow their dreams. Oh, then you would love Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z storyline is super simple. Uh, Good guy, ridiculously good to the point where it's sickening. Bad guy comes, good guy, bad guy fight. Bad guy stronger than good guy. Good guy finds magic, beats bad guy, rinse and repeat. Boom, there you go. Dragon Ball Z. I'm not a One Piece fan, and I'm already angry. I'm sorry, I do not believe this guy when he says this. He's literally pulling this out of his butthole as quick as possible. I've always said that Luffy's superpower is that he gets other people to remember their dreams and to start following them again. When did he say that? When has he said that? When has there been another interview where he says Luffy's superpower reminds me, I feel one of Luffy's superpowers that a lot of people don't talk about is his ability to. His superpower is that he gets other people to remember their dreams and to start following them again. Oh, you mean he has the power to connect people? The power of friendship, of love and connection that is like seen in many anime and even Western stories. That guy made that up. It's one thing if, like, for example, The Punisher. It never was 100% stated, but it's plainly obvious that the Punisher has a ridiculously high pain tolerance that could be classified as a power, but it's not really a power. He's just super high tolerant to pain. He can brush it off. He has a very strong will. Like, that's one thing to say this, but this is just he has the power to bring people together. That's literally what this guy is saying. And dear Lord, that's the whole point of One Piece that gets established. Superpower? Seriously, go back into your living trash can. He ultimately opined on the topic, even more so than the stretchy power that is his superpower. But no, a superpower is something. All right, this can be argued. I will give this. I will give this credence. This can be argued. A superpower to me is something that you just had to begin with, but compared to a normal human, it is considered a power that is beyond normal, a superpower. Superman. That is Superman. Superman is like a human, however, his strength is beyond that of an Earth human. That is his superpower. If I remember right, Luffy ate a damn fruit and that gave him power. In fact, many people ate the fruit and that gives them their power. He's implying that like this was just a superpower that he had all along. Not true. Although like I said, I might be stretching it, but again, I'm being facetious. I'm just trying to find shit to like beat this guy down because I like half of this stuff I don't buy. So that's probably me just being an asshole. And it was such an important story. I thought, wait, let's start over. Even more so than the stretchy power that is his superpower. And it was such an important story. Wait, now you're saying it's a story, but then up here you said one of his superpowers is that he gets people to remember their dreams. What is he, a fucking Care Bear? Care Bear straight up used magic. Is that what Luffy does? He uses magic to bring people together. Different devil fruits have different abilities. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. And it was such an important story, I thought, and so simple and yet so profound. My gosh, you can find deep hidden meanings in something so simple. I know. Like this isn't new. This legitimately isn't new. Sometimes less is more. Literally that's where that saying came from. Less is more. And this guy is acting like, oh my gosh, I figured it out when I was reading this one, this, when I was reading One Piece. Oh my gosh. Now, I'm not downplaying Oda's writers. I know Oda is like one of the best writers, anime, or excuse me, manga people is like the number one manga person. I understand that. I'm not downplaying that. But dear Lord, this guy is really sucking up. Where's Ghost Rider when you need him? That, the combination of the action and the world building and the emotion was amazing. Look at this. Okay, I'll tell you what. When I saw this right here, I did not get that anime feeling because number one, he can't smile like how Luffy smiles, to which adds more to the stretchiness of him pulling his thing out. I'm sorry. And this doesn't even look like this isn't even close to. You want to know something that I liked? And again, I've mentioned this before and I'm bringing it back again. And I really highly recommend people looking into it is once again the live action Rurouni Kenshin series. I can pause certain parts of the show and it looks exactly like the manga. Like a manga panel. Mangaka. Like this does not fucking look like Luffy doing his cheek thing. Like I want to find a picture of it, and I'm pissed because there was like a tweet, like when this trailer came out that showed like a comparison picture, and I was like, not even close. Like even his his hand position, at least get the fucking hand position like how it should be. Let's see, Luffy stretching his mouth. Dear Lord, I'm kind of scared of what we're going to see here. Okay, let me go on Google because I use Brave. Here we go, right here. Can I dual show? I think I can multi-show. Let me see. Okay. Take a look at that and take a look at his hand position. Right there. And then that. 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 Look at how Luffy. Look at how Luffy is straight up digging into his mouth to pull it out to stretch. And then you got the live action where he's legit scared of doing it. Again, this is being nitpicky, but again, the live action Rurouni Kenshin movies, like that's one of the things I legitimately liked when I saw it and when I was super impressed and when I actually very confidently would recommend it to people as one of the best, if not the best, live action version of an anime show, is because I literally, in my mind, like went when I saw a live action representation of a specific panel from the series. Like in my mind, it was that damn good, like that damn close. I don't get this at all. Anime Luffy going all in, Luffy germaphobe. Exactly. Like he's like terrified. It's like, okay, we're gonna be animating your lips or your cheeks stretching out here. So like go ahead and just place your hand in a position that show so that has enough room that we can like digitally make this. I already closed the thing, but now I'm curious to know, like, even the lip looks weird. Like, I guess I could just backtrack real quick on my actual player. Yeah, even like the cheek. Like this should have been animated down to here. That would have made it closer, but they didn't. I'm looking at back at the replay, and yeah, even like Luffy's mouth. First of all, it's open, so he's just smiling, but it should have been open, and then that way it could. Anyway, anyway, to this end, asked by Screen Ranter's contributor at the end of their time together whether he had any words of encouragement for the audiences whose first exposure to the franchise will be Netflix's live action series. Maeda would reiterate his love for Oda's original version and declare, "I would say to jump into it with no expectations." Uh oh, if I watch this, I'm jumping in with expectations. And my expectations would be you better not fucking ruin this if I was a huge One Piece fan. That would be my expectation because we already seen what you've done with Death Note and Bebop. Because it is so unique and so different from most of the other big epic fantasy shows out there. I think you just have to accept it. He told the outlet, "I would tell people to enjoy the tone of the show because the show is fun and sometimes a little bit goofy and, and irreverent." Irreverent? I almost want to say irrelevant because that's how I feel right now. Irreverent. Irreverent. Showing a lack of respect for people or things that are generally taken seriously. But also very emotional and very heartfelt. I think the biggest showing of irreverent is probably going to be your claim that you actually care about the story. I think that's going to be where the irreverent is really going to show. I think it is irrelevant. They meant to write. Well, I looked up irreverent and just read the definition, and it made me giggle inside. So if he's straight up declaring that it's a lack, it's showing a lack of seriousness, then he's right on the money. And at the core of it is a story about follow your dreams, which is something that we all struggle with. I mean, it's one thing to achieve your dreams. Following it is something that you can struggle a little bit with. But I've always said, even 4 years ago, that this was a wonderful story for the times we're in because it's about hope and optimism and following dreams, which is something that is in scarce supply these days. But you're literally in the field to where they don't care about that stuff, that their version needs to be the superior version. Their version needs to be remembered, and their version does not care about the source material. So I have a huge X to doubt on your sincerity about understanding the show. As noted above, his outtook. I think that's supposed to be outlook. Bounding into comics, you forgot an L there. As noted, his outlook towards One Piece is both strongly counter and a welcome change to Hollywood's usual approach to adapting not just anime, but works of any given medium, whether it be a comic book, novel, or video games. But this is the problem, is that Hollywood doesn't care about the medium and of what went into making comic books, novels, or video games. And for all we know, Stephen Maeda Stephen Maida's claims to this could all just be one big lie. Whether it be Cowboy Bebop or Castlevania, Death Note, or Doctor Strange, most Western creatives seek to use such properties as nothing more than a vehicle for their egos, disregarding canon lore and even the very words of respective creators in order to put their own stamp on it and make a name for themselves. Not only that, more often than not, these Hollywood creators are also hoping to subvert and change a given IP as nothing more than revenge against its fans, often treating their projects as little more than a multi-million-dollar star-studded therapy session, stuffing them full of cheap insults and bizarre moments of spotlighting their own pet issues. I agree with that. Just want to grab the head of the Bounding the Comics by his face and tell him to get an editor or he loses a finger. However, it seems media disagrees with the idea that taking a property and wiping one's backside with it, particularly by reimagining hopeful and optimistic characters in an unnecessary, grim, dark manner, is a winning strategy. Oh, but look at the cast. Look at the cast. You have a Hispanic person, an Asian person, a white female, and then I'm assuming maybe African American. I don't know. Here we go. Jacob Romero Gibson as Usopp, Makinyu Arata as Zoro, Emily Rudd as Nami or Nami. How dare this guy have a Japanese last name? I mean, but this is the whole thing. Like, this is what people notice right away. This is what people notice right away because Hollywood has done this over and over and over again. Is they've already taken an established character and said race swap, gender swap, sexuality swap, boom, ba boom, ba boom. They just kept doing it. That where maybe maybe all of these characters got casted because they fit the character and they're acting. I'm not going to say good because I don't know, or it's what the director wanted. But then you just have this multicultural, cast here, and because we've seen Hollywood do this very poorly, it's hard to look past it. Now, I don't like the main character, the main actor, just because that fucking accent is so fucking thick. It immediately takes me out of the world. I'm sorry, but like, damn, they need to take, you know, linguistics classes or something. That's probably not even the right word. I'm trying to think of what it is because there is an actual there is like literal language therapy and stuff like that too, voice acting classes even and acting classes to get rid of an accent. Like you see UK people do it all the time. You see UK people play American people and they sound exactly like, American English, but they have a British accent. Their normal voice is a British accent. You've seen it do it. This right here is like, that's good enough. Like, I'm sorry, when it's that super fucking thick, like, it immediately takes me out of the world. This is one thing that going into voiceover, this is something I actually do wish that this concept is brought over. When it comes to anime adaptations, let me be very clear. When it comes to live action anime adaptations, and that is any accent should not be there unless the character itself has an accent to which you can then go, okay, because the character has an accent, we're going to do that. Like, we're going to showcase it to people in this way by using this specific accent. If Luffy's supposed to be just your average relatable person, that accent does not help it. However, it seems media disagrees with the idea that taking a property and wiping one's backside with it, particularly. Okay, we already read all that. Particularly by reimagining hopeful and optimistic characters into unnecessarily grim, dark manners, a winning strategy, taking his word at face value. I don't. The showrunner will apparently be pushing back against Hollywood's exhausting obsession with nihilism. By genuinely and unironically presenting a story whose protagonist faces each and every situation with hope instead of one who exists solely as a megaphone for a liberal arts major deconstruction of the heroic deal. And again, I'm not trying to point this out, but you look at this diversity cast. We've seen Hollywood do it so many times. It's so hard to listen to believe him saying this stuff when you have this happen. And these people have brought this upon themselves. Like these people have brought this onto it, that they've done this so many fucking times that people are now initially hesitant about it. Like it's immediately red flags for them. And that's on their fault. That's their fucking fault. I watched the trailer and I said, ugh, I'm immediately drawn out because of main character's accent. Stretch thing doesn't seem to me, I'm not getting that Luffy vibe, XYZ. I have many, many reasons as to why I said, nah, I'm not interested in this. Those are just a couple. Sorry, I'm a goner. Tell me about it. My patience is gone. So not Netflix's live action One Piece sets out to find Goldie Rogers' treasures on August 31st. Wait, literally tomorrow? Wait, is that when it's coming out? One Piece live action. Netflix is set to release a live action adaptation of the popular anime and manga series One Piece on August 31st, 2023. Dang, comes out tomorrow. Huh. Well, how about that? Oh, all right. Well, I think that's all we're going to cover for tonight. That's what I had lined up. Probably take this time to do some off work stuff, some projects. I might hop on to play some more Peace Walker, but I don't really think so. This will go unnoticed. I want to know if that's true because I figured Twitter would be like screeching all over it. Unless it's probably going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow is probably when it's going to be like, oh my gosh, the One Piece thing came out and sort of thing. This will go unnoticed. Mind if we end the stream on a positive one? I mean, I can find a positive one. This was something that caught my eye a while back that I thought was pretty cool. A new Game Boy Color title over on Niche Gamer. Zephyrus Pass. 25 years after its original release, the Game Boy Color is still receiving games, with the newest one being Zephyrus Pass, with art inspired by Akira Toriyama style. Zephyrus Pass is an upcoming game for the Retro console, promising both a physical cartridge release and a digital version, as long as it's not by Limited Run Gaming, because fuck them. You can read more about Zephyrus Pass below, and it is a game that combines exploration, puzzle solving, and action elementals. So I think I was interested in it because it like pretty much reminded me of Zelda. So players will navigate treacherous environments, engage in combat against enemies, and unravel intricate puzzles that guard ancient relics. As the main character, Abel, harnesses the relic's power, players will witness his evolution. It's pronounced fire. I mean, PH is fur, unless it's Zephyrs or Zephyr or Zephyr's Pass, whatever. I don't give a fuck. The story's about a young hero who teams up with a small gang of pirates. Oh man, we just can't get away from the pirate theme, apparently. Adapting his strategies and abilities to face increasingly challenging obstacles. We'll finish up that one. So small gang of pirates to defeat Thane, a man trying to become the wind god. Ooh, the wind god? That's Lucifer. He's the prince of the power of the air. To defeat him, Abel, very interesting. We've got some biblical references here. Our hero must become the hero of Zephyr. I'm just going to pronounce it differently every time. By finding all the ancient pieces of his armor. ER. The YR sounds like the equivalent of as ER. Well, yeah. So the standard edition includes a sealed box, a game cartridge protector, sticker sheet, and a game manual. And then the digital edition is your game ROM, your digital soundtrack, a PDF game manual, and high resolution covered art file. Why the hell would you want to get the digital one? Just get that standard physical edition. So it's one of the many current games being developed for retro consoles, similar to Life on Earth Reimage, the upcoming Sega Genesis game. Ooh. It's being released digitally as a ROM, which can be played in any platform that supports emulators. Ooh, what's this Life on Earth one? Well, that looks pretty cool. Life on Earth is a side-scroller run and gun in the vein of Contra and Gunstar Heroes. Ooh, nice. That's right up my alley. I'll have to check this one out for sure. Graphics look sick. And it's a hot lady. Hopefully. But there you go. That looks like a fun one. Look at that. Indie games still kicking strong, still making games for old school consoles way back in the day. I'm going to keep correcting you, bozo. Listen, you know what?
I am 30 or 40 years old and I do not need this.
So there's that. All right. But hey, look at that. Like I said, that actually looks really cool, both those games. So I'll definitely have to check it out. So who knows when those get released? I'll have to look into it. Ugh, yawning over here. All righty. So there you go. There's a fun note we'll end on. Greg, hopefully. Translation, please be a woman. I need a wife. I mean, it's not like she's going to pop out of the screen and become real. Gotta go make someone like that. Gotta go break a woman's spirit to cater to your video game fantasies. Just kidding. All right. Well, there you go. That's what I had in store for tonight. So we ended on a pleasant note, which is always good. I mean, like I said, just got to keep your eye out for that stuff. See what you see. To me, super sus with One Piece. But again, I'm not a big One Piece person, so I don't have any stake in it or any connection, I guess you could say. Unlike Cowboy Bebop, I kind of had a little connection, but I knew it was going to be garbage. So I was like, nope, we're done. Can see you smashing your head through the TV. But yeah, if you guys enjoy the show, feel free to like and subscribe. We were on YouTube and we were on Rumble. And make sure to turn on notifications to know when I go live. And tomorrow we shall be continuing Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. And probably finishing that game. And then we'll figure out what we want to go from there. And of course, always trying to schedule guests and stuff like that. So that'll be fun. What up, Mr. Anonymous? Wrapping up the show here. But yep, I will see you guys later. God bless. Take care. Catch you on the flip side. And until then, I will see ya. See ya, fools.